Welcome to the shadow frequency, where the veil between this world and the next grows thin, and the things that whisper in the dark are given voice. From the cryptic candlelit studios, deep in the Indiana forests, your host, Matt Wilson, and his spectral producer, Juniper Ravenwood, unearth the forbidden, the forgotten, and the fearsome. So, still your heart, dim the light, and listen closely. For once you tune into the shadow frequency, you may never tune out.
Ah, there it is. Another year, another cabinet drawer that probably shouldn't be opened without protective gloves. Before we get into whatever's hiding in here tonight, I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone listening. It still kind of blows my mind saying this, but since we started back in March, we've covered 267 episodes in our first year alone. That's 267 stories, hauntings, cryptids, conspiracies, UFOs, time anomalies, and a few things I'm pretty sure followed us home. We honestly didn't know what to expect when the show began, but here we are, and we're really looking forward to what this year has in store. Okay, let's get back into the drawer here. Okay, not that. Definitely not that. Why is this still in here? Nope, cursed, mildly radioactive. Ah, there you are. Episode 268, Sleeper Mortuary, the building that chose its owner.
That title alone feels like a warning.
Yeah, this isn't just a haunted location story. This is one of those places that feels aware, like it's been waiting.
A mortuary with more than a century of history, untouched rooms, lingering voices, and an owner who believes the building itself called to her.
And once you hear what people are experiencing inside, it's hard to argue with that.
So if you're listening late at night, maybe turn on a light, because tonight we're stepping inside a place that never really closed.
This is the Shadow Frequency.
And this is episode 268, The Sleeper Mortuary.
You are tuned to the shadow frequency, where every whisper tells a story from beyond the veil. Hosted by Matt Wilson. Produced by Juniper Ravenwood. With Chris Beach. The darkness continues.
Picture this, a quiet town in the heart of Kansas, where the wind whispers through empty streets and old buildings hold on to secrets tighter than a coffin lid. Tonight, we're diving into the eerie world of Sleeper Mortuary, a place where death's rituals linger like a fog that never lives. Built on layers of grief and final farewells, this mortuary isn't just preserved in time, it's alive with something unseen, something that reaches out from the shadows. Matt, what drew you to this chilling tale?
Oh, Juniper, you know me. I can't resist a story where the building itself seems to have a pulse.
Right.
Sleeper Mortuary has been calling out to paranormal seekers with reports of whispers, shadows, and an undeniable pull that makes you question if the dead ever truly leave.
Yeah.
It's got that perfect mix of history and hauntings that'll keep us all glancing over our shoulders.
Absolutely, and the way it draws people in, it's almost like the place is choosing who gets to uncover its mysteries. Over to you, Matt. Take us inside.
Thanks for digging into the file cabinet on this one, Juniper. It's like you pulled out a dusty old ledger filled with names of the departed, each one carrying a story that refuses to fade. All right, folks, let's crack open this case on Sleeper Mortuary, nestled in the sleepy town of Iola, Kansas. This isn't your typical haunted house with creaky floors and jump scares. No, this place is a time capsule of death's quiet business, where the air still hums with the echoes of a century's worth of goodbyes. Let's start at the beginning, way back in 1886, when Lyman Sleeper first established his funeral home. Imagine the original structure, a solemn beacon for the grieving in a budding Midwestern community. But tragedy struck in the late 1800s when a fire ravaged the building, reducing it to ashes and scattering the remnants of so many final rites into the wind. Undeterred, The Sleepers rebuilt right next door in 1920, pouring their resolve into a new edifice that would stand as a testament to endurance amid loss. This rebuilt mortuary became more than a business. It was a cornerstone of Iola, handling wakes, embalming, and burials for generations. Families gathered here in their darkest hours, leaving behind invisible imprints of sorrow, love, and unresolved emotions that seeped into the very walls. Makes Sleeper so unsettling is how perfectly it's been preserved. Walk through those doors today and you're stepping into a paused reel of history. The embalming rooms downstairs still hold original fixtures, cold metal tables where bodies were prepared, shelves lined with antique tools that glint under dim lights, and even the old hearse garage that feels like it's waiting for one last ride. Upstairs, there's a community room where mourners once gathered, its faded wallpaper and creaking floorboards evoking gatherings long since silenced. Artifacts abound, old caskets, floral arrangements frozen in time, and personal items left behind as if their owners might return any moment. It's not a museum, it's a living snapshot, where every corner whispers of the rituals that unfolded here day after day, year after year. Now, fast forward to early 2025. Enter Tory Westhoff, a paranormal investigator and author with a knack for sensing the unseen. Tory didn't just stumble upon Sleeper Mortuary, she swears the building chose her. She'd been driving through Iola when an inexplicable pull drew her to the property, which had sat dormant after the funeral home closed its doors. As she toured the space, a wave of energy washed over her. Voices in her mind, a sense of urgency, as if the structure itself was pleading to be understood rather than forgotten. It wasn't for sale in the usual way, she recalls in interviews, but it called to me, like it had been waiting. Tory bought it on the spot, committing not to renovate but to preserve every inch, honoring the history while opening it up to those brave enough to listen. And listen they have, because once Tory threw open the doors for investigations and overnight stays, the activity ramped up like a storm brewing. Visitors report shadow figures lurking in the upstairs community room, dark silhouettes that dart just out of sight, mimicking the movements of long-gone mourners. Down in the flower room, where arrangements were once crafted to soften the blow of loss, a woman's disembodied voice has been captured on recordings. Soft, mournful whispers that sound like pleas or names lost to time. Then there's the unexplained whistling, echoing through the hallways as if someone is calling you closer, drawing you into the depths. Objects shift on their own, a vase tipping over with no breeze, tools clattering in the embalming area as though an invisible hand is at work, and that constant prickling sense of being watched, eyes from the corners, a presence that follows you from room to room, making your skin crawl with the feeling that you're intruding on something profoundly private. Are these intelligent spirits aware and interactive, or residual energies replaying the traumas of decades? Investigators lean toward both. Some sessions yield responses on spirit boxes, names, dates, even full sentences that tie back to the mortuary's records. Others feel like loops, the same footsteps pacing the halls, the same sighs in the preparation rooms, as if the grief imprinted itself like a recording on repeat. Tory herself has experienced it firsthand, describing nights where the building seems to breathe, its energy swelling until you can almost taste the metallic tang of old embalming fluids mixed with something otherworldly. Picture yourself there, alone in the dead of night, flashlight in hand as the temperature drops and a chill runs down your spine. Public ghost hunts and private overnights put you right in the thick of it. Sleeping bags on the floor, where bodies once lay in state, waiting for that tap on the shoulder or the whisper in your ear. It's not about infamous murders or dramatic tragedies. It's the everyday finality of life, layered thick over a century, creating a vortex of the paranormal that's impossible to ignore. Phew, just recounting that gives me chills. It's like the mortuary story is still unfolding page by eerie page. What do you think, Juniper? Does it make you want to book a stay or run the other way?
Honestly, Matt, the idea of a building choosing its owner, that's the stuff of nightmares or maybe dreams for us paranormal junkies. I'm hooked.
Right, and we've only scratched the surface. In the second half, we'll dig deeper into the investigations and what might really be lingering there. Back to you, Juniper.
Whew, that first half left me with goosebumps. Sleeper Mortuary sounds like the ultimate blend of history and hauntings, where every room holds a secret. I bet you're all wondering if those shadows are just tricks of the light or something more sinister. Stick around, because after the break, Matt's diving even further into the eerie encounters and what it all might mean. For now, let's hand it over to Chris.
Sure, Juniper. Quick reminder, folks. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow the Shadow Frequency on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and any podcast app you use. Our home base is shadowfrequencypodcast.com. You can stream every episode there, read our new Shadow blog posts, grab some paranormal merch, and even drop us a voicemail. Let us know where you're listening from, and we just might play it on an upcoming show. And if you're enjoying what we do and want to help out, consider buying us a coffee. We truly appreciate the support. Back over to Juniper.
Thanks, Chris. All right, time to crank up the ethereal ether wave communicator, twisting the dials and tuning in to the beyond. Let's see what spectral signals it spits out. Oh, look, a peculiar missive flickering through the haze.
Message retrieved from the void.
Time to crack it open and hear what our intrepid listener has shared. This one says, "Hey, Matt and Juniper, my name's Kevin Morales, and I'm listening from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I used to catch the show late at night, somewhere between midnight and 2 a.m., when the rest of the house is quiet. I work on restoring old shortwave radios as a hobby, and I've got a little workshop in my garage. I have one radio torn apart on the bench, another one humming softly in the background, and the shadow frequency playing through my headphones while I solder and tinker. There's something about hearing static crackle from real radios while you're talking about the unexplained that just hits differently. I listen mainly on Spotify, but every now and then I'll throw in an episode on YouTube, let it play in the garage TV while I work. My favorite episodes are anything dealing with UFOs, government conspiracies, time anomalies, and hauntings tied to real locations. The ones that really get me are when you lay out the history and then let the creepiness slowly seep in. No jump scares, just a lingering something's not right feeling. Those are the episodes where I end up turning around in my chair a little more often than I probably need to. Just wanted to say I appreciate the work you two both put into the show, and it's become part of my nightly routine, and honestly, my garage feels a little less empty with your voices echoing while I work. Keep the signals weird and the file cabinet open. Kevin, listening through the static." Aw, Kevin, that paints such a vivid picture, tinkering away in the garage with our show crackling alongside the static. Sounds like the perfect setup for some unexplained vibes to sneak in. Love hearing how the episodes amp up that something's not right feeling. We'll keep delivering those slow burn chills. Thanks for sharing. And folks, if you've got your own stories or shout-outs, drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. All right, Matt, back to you for the second half. Let's see what else Sleeper Mortuary has lurking.
You are tuned to the Shadow Frequency, where every whisper tells a story from beyond the veil. The darkness continues.
Thanks, Juniper, and a big shout out to Kevin in Albuquerque. Nothing beats that late night garage vibe with a side of static and shadows. Your setup sounds ideal for tuning into the weird, and we're glad to be a part of it. Now let's pick up where we left off with Sleeper Mortuary, that preserved portal to the past in Iola, Kansas, where Tory Westhoff's ownership has turned it into a hub for the haunted. Diving deeper, Tori's vision for the place goes beyond mere preservation. She's turned it into a living laboratory for the paranormal. Since that fateful purchase in January 2025, she's hosted countless investigations, drawing teams from across the country. These aren't your amateur flashlight tours. These are serious sessions with EVP recorders, thermal cameras, and spirit boxes, all aimed at peeling back the layers of energy embedded in the building. One group reported capturing a clear EVP in the embalming room, a man's voice growling, "Leave now," as if guarding the space where so many bodies were prepared for their eternal rest. Another session upstairs yielded laughter, childlike giggles that echoed through the community room, hinting at younger spirits who might have attended wakes or lived in the attached apartments back in the day. The flower room remains a hotspot, with that woman's voice growing more insistent. Investigators describe it as sorrowful, perhaps a remnant of a florist or grieving relative, repeating phrases like "not yet" or names that fade into static. Whistling continues to baffle everyone. It's not just random tunes, but sometimes mimics songs from the 1920s era, as if the building's rebirth in that year left a musical imprint. Objects don't just shift, they interact. A team once placed a ball in the hallway, only to watch it roll toward them on command, stopping at their feet like an invitation to play, or a warning. And those shadow figures? They've been caught on camera, elongated forms that block out light sources, moving with purpose from room to room, as if patrolling the premises. What really amps up the creep factor is the intelligent responses. During one overnight, a guest asked aloud, "Who are you?" and a knock echoed from the wall. 3 deliberate raps, followed by a cold spot that enveloped the room. Tory shares stories of her own encounters, waking to the sound of footsteps ascending the stairs, only to find no one there, or feeling a gentle tug on her sleeve in the preparation area, like a spirit seeking comfort. She believes the energy is tied to the mortuary's purpose, decades of emotional trauma, from sudden deaths to prolonged illnesses, all converging in one spot. It's like the building absorbed it all, becoming a repository for the unspoken, the unresolved. Of course, not everything can be chalked up to the supernatural without a second look. Skeptics point out that old buildings like this one, with their original plumbing and wiring, can produce sounds and sensations that mimic hauntings, creaks from settling foundations, drafts that feel like touches, even infrasound from nearby traffic that induces that watched feeling. It's something to chew on. Maybe some of these experiences are our minds filling in the blanks in a place so steeped in death's atmosphere. But as somebody that's lived in an actual haunted house for the last 30 years, I can tell you that it's not settling foundations or drafts. But even with that rational nudge, the unresolved pull of sleeper mortuary lingers. Modern ghost hunts keep the activity alive, visitors bunking down amid the artifacts, hearts racing as the clock ticks toward midnight. Private stays amplify the intimacy. Imagine lying awake in the viewing room, where caskets once held the departed, and hearing your name whispered from the darkness. Public events like those teamed with nearby haunted spots draw crowds eager to connect with whatever remains. Tory's commitment ensures the stories keep flowing, from hidden artifacts unearthed in the walls to phenomena that evolve, as if the spirits are adapting to their new audience. In the end, Sleeper isn't haunted by grand tragedies, but by the quiet universality of loss. Countless souls passing through, leaving fragments behind. Whether intelligent entities or emotional echoes, one thing's clear: the mortuary's tale isn't finished. It waits, doors ajar, for the next curious soul to answer its call. And there you have it. A building that's more than bricks and mortar. It's a bridge to the beyond. Chilling stuff, right? Juniper, what's your take on all this?
Matt, that skepticism bit threw me for a loop, but yeah, it makes you wonder if it's all in our heads or not. Either way, I'm sleeping with the lights on tonight.
Fair enough. This episode reminds us that some places hold onto their past tighter than we can imagine. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Over to you, Juniper, for the wrap-up.
What a ride through the shadows of Sleeper Mortuary, from its fiery origins to the eerie energies that linger today. It's a reminder that some buildings never truly rest. Thanks for joining us on this creepy journey, listeners. Your support keeps the frequency alive. If you've got your own tales, hit us up at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com, and you can check out shadowfrequencypodcast.com. We'll be back soon with another strange taste to pull you into the unknown. Matt, you want to say goodnight?
Good night, everyone. Keep listening for those whispers in the dark.
Sweet dreams, or not. Until next time, Shadow Seekers.
This episode was conjured with a solemn vow to explore the unexplained while remaining bound to the truths that have been unearthed. All interpretations are speculative and offered only for your enlightenment and your entertainment.